with over 34.5 thousand TikTok followers, over 6,200 Instagram followers, just shy of 300 YouTube subscribers. So go subscribe to her channel. She is known as the LA Night Girl, very dedicated, very inspirational. Briana Duarte. Got that correct, right?
You got it right.
Good,
You
good,
did.
good.
Oh my God, those numbers are insane.
I was doing some research before, and you're at 299. So by the time this comes out, you'll be at 300.
Hopefully, those numbers are so scary.
It's a lot. You got a lot. You got a lot of followers.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Today we are here on the Aidan Achong Experience, interviewing Briana, talking about some wrestling things, some not. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. So we're gonna ask. The first thing I have here is, who are your top music artists? Now I know 1 to 2 of them, and I don't know if the world knows them. So,
well, top 2 of all time is Ariana Grande and Justin Timberlake. Top 2. Currently, okay, so my whole day got kind of flipped around when Morgan Wallen announced his tour. Like that really, that took a lot of like.
I didn't know you were a Morgan Wallen fan.
I'm a huge Morgan Wallen fan. Like I love country music. Like Luke Bryan's up there as well, but like Morgan Wallen is the love of my life. I love Morgan Wallen. So I would put him number 3 right now. It fluctuates, but top 2 permanently is Ariana and Justin Timberlake for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think people see your posts. I think they know.
Yeah.
What are some of your other non-WWE interests for some of your new fans here on all your platforms?
Oh my God, I'm such a loser, and I say this all the time. I never really go out or anything. I'm always home, but when I am home, I love to read. I feel like not a lot of people know that about me. I like to read. I'm into sports games, like live sport. Like I won't watch it voluntarily, but like I'll go to like a hockey game.
So you like going to sporting events?
Yeah, I like going to sporting events. I feel like I vibe with the crowd very much.
You're definitely a crowd person. I think people see from your post, you know, you go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I make friends anywhere I sit.
Oh, I will so put the picture I got of you with the security guard on the
Can you please explain that story? Because that to me is one of the funniest stories of all. Like I remember getting that picture and being like, oh my God.
So we're at Mohegan Sun. This was like a week before WrestleMania. And I was at my seat. I was with my mom because we drove there. It was like 4 hour, not 4 hours, like 2-3 hour drive. It was a pain in the ass, but we're there anyway. I get to my seat. I'm looking down at the ring. I'm like, that's cool and all. And I'm like, I know Briana's here, so where is she? And then I see her flashy pop. You can't miss this. All 4'11". You cannot miss. And she's talking to this like 6-foot security guard, and I'm like, because it looked like you were hitting on him, so I couldn't tell. I assumed that wasn't it, but it was.
No, it wasn't. He did offer me a job though. Fun fact: not everyone knows that part of that. He did offer me a job. He's like, yeah, like we get events here. Like I would argue he was kind of flirting me up, but
I mean,
you never know.
Let's just be honest here. You're going to be a security guard now.
I would be the worst one. Someone could literally be like LA Night, and I'd be like, where?
Not just that. I mean, I like these security guys are weak. I'm just saying, you're 4'11". I feel like a lot of people would try to like run over you. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, probably they would just like barrel through me.
And yeah, you guys see the picture on the screen somewhere whenever I'm editing this video. And yeah, it was hilarious. So I sent it to our group chat, and that was great.
It was so funny.
You also saw Macho Man that night.
Oh my God, I did run into Macho Man after the show. I didn't think he heard me, fun fact. So we were leaving the arena and I heard like a commotion behind me, and I had turned around because I'm Snoopy, of course. And I was like, oh my God, it's Macho Man. And somehow he heard me. And
I mean, to be fair, you were very loud when you said that.
Okay, here's my thing. I am loud without unintentionally trying to be, but I did capture it on a live stream. I was like, oh my God, it's Macho Man. And all of a sudden he like comes, he's like, cream rises to the top, or like whatever he said. He said some stupid thing. And he made it on the live for like 5 seconds. It was so funny.
Yeah, somehow, I remember, because I was standing outside trying to see you, and then you somehow walked past me, and I did, like, we completely missed each other. This is like...
No, like... After that show was crazy. I met BFAB after that show. Another thing a lot of people don't.
I remember that. I was like, yo, how the fuck?
Yeah. No, like the side quests I do at shows, it's insane. Like literally when I say I wander like arenas and stadiums, I legit wander. Like there's no sense of direction anywhere for me.
Yeah, that is a very true statement, because me and Briana went to, I'd like to say 4 or 5 events before I actually met her. I saw her at WrestleMania, and I didn't say anything because there was like 100 people between us, but I did see her walk by, and you were completely just like in awe of everything. I remember you were like pointing at Pat McAfee and shit, and I'm like, which I was watching the live stream back. I saw myself. I'm like, that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm like this small in the video, but I'm like, hey, I mean, on the Pat McAfee show, so.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. I think it's just in all like WrestleMania. I remember getting so emotional when I like I'll get emotional talking about it now. When I literally got to my seat and I just like saw like everything around me, like that's when it like fully hit. And I was like, whoa, like this is WrestleMania. Like
It was
that's
crazy.
insane.
Like I've been to one before that, and I was 9, maybe 8. So like I didn't remember anything. So I'm just like, holy shit! Like this is a big deal. Because like
That was my first one.
I've been to AEW, like Grand Slam. That's probably the biggest show I've been to since. I haven't been to a stadium show, and I'm like, damn.
It's insane.
And like, I was you got some of those nice seats down below. I was in the nosebleeds, and I'm like, listen, I'm chilling my seats. I mean, that wind. All right, I'm gonna need you to explain to these people how bad that cold was. And this comes from me, who wears t-shirt and shorts in 13-degree weather today.
As someone who swears by her LA Night Girl mini skirts and t-shirts and her boots, I did wear those night one. It was freezing, but I don't regret a thing. If I didn't have that blanket, maybe I would regret it, but I loved it. It was so cold though. Night 2 wasn't as bad.
Oh no, night 2 was solid, but night 1, I got a WrestleMania jacket. It's in my closet. I haven't worn it since. I'm just waiting for a nice event to go out to wear it. I'm so lucky I got this because if I didn't have this jacket, dude, that would hurt. And there's like you at least were down below where you had some people blocking. There's nothing blocking me with Jesus up there. We are completely
like one of my things that I laugh about all the time is when they had on the screen, it was like weather and they showed it and it was like, but feels like, and it was so funny.
It said like 40 degrees. Like, no, it didn't feel like no 40.
It was like 30 degrees, but feels like -11. I'm like, yeah.
That was rough. I was not prepared for that. Honestly, it's probably why WrestleMania is going to be in like the West Coast for like another 7 years now.
Yeah. Well, it was so funny because in my section, I remember during the Roman, Rock, Cody, and Seth match where Roman and Cody were like fighting up the ramp, and the people behind me are like, they're gonna want to get themselves back in that ring soon. Like it's freezing out here because the ring was heated, I guess.
Yeah. You know, because the ring has through the post they heat them. It's like WrestleMania 29. They had a furnace under there and kept feeding it out. But yeah, The Rock, at 50-something years old, yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna want to get their asses back in the ring because it was freezing. But I wouldn't change it for a thing. That's my favorite event I've gone to. Was probably night 1 of Mania.
I thought night 2 was better, but I thought the vibes of night 1 was like, you know what I mean? Like the in-ring night. Okay, so you guys know she's the LA Night Girl, but she's also a big Roman Reigns fan, and we know what happened to WrestleMania. And this is before LA Knight was like really #1. He was just getting there, and we're gonna talk about that soon because I do want you to explain how all that went down.
Ignore my cat.
Great. Great clip right there.
Yeah, that was your fault. Sorry.
I didn't really think we were getting this early, but you met LA Knight 4 times this year, right? Or 5? Or last year?
5.
Okay, so I believe I was at the first one, correct?
You were. That was the first one, and then him jumping off the stage, I classify as the second one because he did not have to do that.
What was going through your mind in that moment?
Oh my god. I blacked out, not gonna lie. Okay, so do you want me to explain like the full story? Because I remember it.
Go for it.
Okay, so what had happened was him and Byron were having like their panel, their conversation on the stage. And Byron had brought up, because that Sunday it was the Slammy Awards. So Byron had brought up that LA Knight was a Slammy Award winner. And LA chimed in and he was like, actually, he's like, I think I won 2 Slammy Awards. And I fully blacked out, and all you heard was me scream. I was like, he did. And then everyone had looked to me, and I was like, I voted. I was like, he won 2, he did. Because I was watching the Slammies while getting ready. And then immediately that video that someone took cuts to him being like, so that's how you know that it's true. And then that's when Byron notices. He's like, oh my God, I think she's crying. And the camera pans to me and the crowd is like, she is crying. And then he was like, I'm crying on the inside for her. He's like, I kind of want to go like hug her. And then that's when everyone kind of like rallied, because I was crying before he had even come out. I'm gonna be so for real. Because after you meet him, you go straight to the panel stage. Like, there's no like Superstore. There's no like you take a minute for yourself and like you got to go to the panel stage. So I had went straight there and I was already crying. So people were kind of like, oh my God, like you're a huge fan. So when that had happened, they all kind of rallied for me. And I just remember him coming down. It happened so quickly. Him coming down, and I had like the Slim Jim that he gave me in my hand. I had the photo of him and then I had an autograph. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, what do I do with this in my hand? Like, he's literally right there. So by the time I went to go turn around, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps sharing the story. By the time I went to go turn around and put it on my seat, I turned back around. He literally right there, dead, like looking at me. And that's when I fully went to go turn and run away. You can see it for like a split. You can see it for like a split second. And I felt so bad. I went, and I went to go run away, but then I had turned back around and I was like, oh, okay, like he's right there. Because it's different from the photo op, because the photo op, like you obviously know you're gonna go up to him and see him. This, like, he didn't have to do at all. Like, he could have just been like, oh, he's crying. She's so sweet. And moved on. Like, he did not have to do all of that. So that moment specifically is what like launched LA Night Girl, I guess. But I
saw you meet him. I know I left right after that because my family, right, they already wanted to leave. They were like, let's go back to the no, they wanted to get food. So I was like, hold on, I gotta see my friend meet LA Night. And then I see you, and then I was gonna go say what's up to you afterwards, but then I've never seen a woman cry this much in my entire life. And I was like, she was in shambles. I'm like, all right,
I was
probably not a good time. Probably.
Because my thing is, it didn't hit me. Like, I was there with my mom and my sister, and they were like off doing their own thing. And I literally was in line, like, help. Like, it didn't hit me until we saw him like come in, and I fully just like went into shock. And I say this all the time. Yes, I've met him like 5 times, but every single time it feels like the first time. Like, I meet him in less than a week and I'm nervous thinking about it again. Like, I don't know what I'm going to say to him. Like, every time
meeting him again, you're just seeing him again.
Yeah, that's true. Seeing him again.
You can't. You guys are on that like first name basis now. You know.
He does know my name, which scares the absolute crap out of me. I don't.
You know, one of these next couple of times he's like, "Hey, Briana," you're gonna start crying.
I'm gonna be like, no, like, do not call me that. I have so many questions that I hope I get to ask him one day. Like,
it's gonna happen. It's just where. That's the biggest thing. Everyone knows it's gonna happen.
Where and when are the two questions. Who's gonna pick it up? It could be Fanatics. It could be WWE. It's like, who's gonna jump on
I know
it
Chris
first?
Van Vliet got some plugs, so I saw he commented on your thing, so he can make some stuff happen.
He did. I have a few, I won't give names, but I have a few connections, I guess, that are like, it could happen. They're like, just prepare for it beforehand, just in case it like happens on the fly, but like it could happen. And I'm like, oh my God.
I think at WrestleMania, because I know you're going, you have got to be like, make sure someone's there with a camera at all times to be ready. Boom, because someone's going to see you and someone's going to know.
That's what happened at Fanatics Fest. When I was waiting in line to get his autograph, a bunch of people from Fanatics Fest had like noticed me, and they were like, oh, there she is. And that's why that video in that moment has so many different angles, because they had found me and they like posted me on their story and everything.
Yeah, I also saw them take another picture of you. I think it was like, what, the best costumes of like the event or something?
Yeah, I never got that footage though. They told me, I'm a little upset about that.
I did get the picture of them taking it of you, which was funny.
You did. I think that made the Instagram dump. But they told me I could find the footage on their Instagram account. I guess it's my bad as well, because I never specified. I didn't ask what account. They had like 500 of them. But I never got that footage. That's known. Okay though.
They don't have that many. I mean, I assume you looked at all of them, so.
Yeah, I didn't know. It's okay. I did make the official Fanatics one for SummerSlam, which I think is my worst outfit, but that's okay.
Wait, that was the pink one, right?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't think it was terrible. It screened more Chelsea Green than LA Knight, so.
Yeah, a lot of people love outfits that I hate, like the camo outfit, the yellow one. Like, everyone's like justice for that one.
This is a great segue to another question I was going to ask you. What's the inspiration for all these fits? Because like you come out with all these different ideas, and it's like, where do you get these ideas?
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard. What I do is I start with the t-shirt in mind, and then I like work with the colors in it. So like for SmackDown recently, I think it was like December 13th, I had gone what I did was, and I also sparked a conspiracy theory because I thought the shirt was gray. I I took the I Lack People Skills shirt thinking it was gray at the time. It was not.
Wait,
And
did you have that shirt?
I do have that shirt.
You had it at that time though, right?
I did, yes. I got it at the Washington show. It was my birthday gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was gray. I was like, on God, this shirt was gray.
I'm putting it on the screen,
gray,
by the way, for the people who are watching this video. They'll know.
Yeah. So I paired it with the gray sequin skirt because you got to have sequin in my outfit somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always like to incorporate stars with LA because he calls himself the megastar. So I feel like that's like a little hidden detail that not a lot of people probably pick up on. So what I do is I'll take the shirt, I'll take the colors in the shirt. Like there's white lettering in the I Lack People Skills shirt. So like, boom, white hair bow. There's that. So that's kind of how I incorporate it. It's like a whole process. It's good to have like a set look. Like I always have either an oversized shirt or a mini skirt. So I feel like that part's easy for me. Like I don't like wearing pants personally.
Do you have a list of your top favorite ones? Like
off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, the I Lack People Skills one is for sure my number one. Even though I fell in those shoes, I will say you're going to get the inside scoop. I did fall in those shoes.
Oh, Lord.
They're huge.
It was destined to happen one day.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. Yeah, inside scoop on Aidan's page. I did fall in those shoes. I have never told that story before until right now. That's number one. Number two, off the top of my head, I liked Mania Night one, the cobalt skirt, the blue one with the.
I always thought the blue one was the best one. I thought that one looked really good.
That's number two. I think number three that a lot of people loved was the yellow skirt with the shirt. That one a lot of people liked that I wore to SmackDown.
I vaguely remember that one.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely have one that I'm not thinking of right now. No, I think I would safely say that's my top three.
I mean, you had so many, so there's honestly a lot of options. I like the fan shirt you wore at Fanatics. I thought that one was really good.
The what one?
You wore a fan shirt.
Yeah, I love that shirt. That shirt's my prized possession.
So how did that all happen? Because like this is when you were starting to really like grow in popularity. Like, did someone just randomly hit you up like, "Hey, I got a shirt for you"?
No, I had no idea. So what happened was WWE had their live auction panel with like superstars like popping on the stage, and unfortunately the time overlapped with LA Knight, so I missed him for it. So at the time I was leaving the panel stage to go run to LA Knight's autograph line, and someone had stopped me and they were like, "Oh my God," they're like, "You're the LA Knight girl," which makes sense, surrounded by LA Knight fans, feel like, lining up for his autograph. So, and I was like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." And he's like, "Wait a minute, I have something for you." And I was like, "Okay." Maybe I'm thinking it's like a bracelet or something, little things like that. And he whips out a whole shirt. And I was like, "That's for me?" It was so cute, so sweet. So yeah, he made me that. But to my knowledge, I mean, I have a lot of DMs, but I don't recall knowing about it. I love it though.
That is pretty cool for someone to just make you a whole t-shirt and then magically see you.
Fanatics loved it. Fanatics filmed it and everything. I changed my whole outfit that Sunday for that shirt. I was like, forget this outfit. I'm like, we have to wear this one.
Oh yeah, you had to. It was destined to be.
Yeah, I love that shirt. And the fact that it was yellow and red was really thoughtful to me. I'm like, oh, it's little things like that. Yeah, those are my colors.
A lot of your outfits, like you just said, they always have some small thing that connects it. And I also think it's really cool. Like, you might have to start posting these Easter eggs because people aren't going to really catch on to it.
There's a huge Easter egg in a Roman outfit. Sorry, LA Knight fans, I'm going to talk about Roman for a minute. When I went to the Hall of Fame and Roman had inducted Paul, I had wore the Wreck Everyone and Leave shirt because that's the first t-shirt Roman is seen in when they show him and Paul for the first time. So I don't know if a lot of people caught on to that, but that was a little Easter egg that I
didn't catch on to that. That's clever.
I think like in my photo dump on Instagram, if you go back, I literally put the picture of them too, like when they first show them on screen in Adam Pearce's office or wherever they are, and he's in the Wreck Everyone and Leave shirt. So I wore that shirt that night for that reason because he was inducting Paul.
Yeah, that's okay, this is a side question. I'm probably gonna put this at the end, but like, how do you feel about the Hall of Fame being after SmackDown? Because I know you're going this year to all the shows. Is it like annoying being that late at night?
It's not annoying. However, I was really tired leaving. I think I got over at 1 a.m. It's not annoying, the show in itself. It's annoying how they set it up. Like they had Roman come out first, so people stood, and then they put Dwayne last because they knew those were the two people we really wanted to see. Because like that's the reason I stood. I was like, I'm not leaving it because that was the first time I've ever seen The Rock. I was like, I'm not leaving until I see The Rock live. So I fully stood. That was the first time. So I was like, I'm not. They were smart with that. WWE. I was like, I'm not leaving until I see The Rock. So I mean, it's just the placement. Like if they had Roman and Dwayne, I fully would have left after, in all honesty, or I may have stood because it was my first one. You'll never know. But I mean, I don't really care for it. You get your money's worth.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, look, I've seen The Rock a handful of times in my life. I'm very fortunate for that, especially when he was back like 10 years ago when he came to back to the company. My mom loves The Rock, so I've always just gone to everything. And dude, he has. I know this is like cringe, but he has aura. It's fucking weird.
Huge. My first impression, I was like, "Damn, he's big in person." Like, holy crap!
that is gonna get freaking out of context, and you know.
Not like that. Like height-wise, he's huge.
No, I see what you're saying, and it's like, holy shit, that's The Rock.
I also love like looking for like other like Hall of Famers and like superstars in the crowd. Like I remember freaking out over the Dudley Boys. Like not a lot of people know that the Dudley Boys are my favorite tag team of all time. So like the fact that Bubba Ray and Devon were there, I was like, oh my god.
You've had the Dudley outfit, so I think some people would know.
Well, fun fact, that outfit was not Dudley inspired, but I'm not offended by it.
It wasn't?
No, it was not.
Wow.
I got so much hate for that outfit too. Everyone hated that outfit at first, and then I guess
it was sick.
Yeah, it grew on people, I guess. I remember seeing so much hate on Twitter, and I was like, oh,
and
okay.
you wore that to MSG, right?
What?
You wore that to Madison Square Garden, right?
No, that was tribute to the troops. And that's why I wore camo. Fun fact, everyone, because it was for troops, but everyone hated the camo.
Rip tribute to the
Another
troops,
hidden Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a totally different outfit planned. I don't remember the original one, if I'm going to be honest, but I remember incorporating camo in it because they announced very last minute that it was tribute to the troops. And that's why I had like the combat boots on. Another Easter egg.
Yeah, you and your boots. That's something else we need to speak on. What inspired these boots? Because like there's a whole different lore. Like I know you have the red ones, the white ones. You probably have more. So
I have black that I think I'm gonna whip out for. Sorry, you're out of context. I think I'm gonna wear for Rumble weekend at some point. I can't spoil my Rumble outfit though. It is iconic, so I won't tell you if it has boots or not. But I don't really know what inspired the boots. I originally wore high-rise ones, like over the knee, and then I don't know, they just got shorter. I love them though. They make me look taller. I don't know what really inspired them. I just love how they look.
I'm not gonna lie, you need the height you can get.
Thank you. Can you confirm for everyone I'm 4'11"? Because there's people that still don't believe me.
Okay, listen. She is 4'11". She's not as short as you would imagine, but like she's not tall. No. Like at all. Like if you looked at the wrestling ring, she's probably under the top rope.
Probably, to be honest. It's a big ring. Yeah, I don't know what inspired the boot. I have different variations of boots. However, I have been changing it up. Is it what?
Was it Dora?
Shut up. It's not Dora. I have different, like I've been switching up. I have the platform heels that are slowly, that could be my next, when the boots get retired, that could be my next look for 25, could be the platform heels.
Because I remember I saw, the first time I ever saw you on the internet was when you met Kevin Owens. That's the first thing that ever really stuck out to me.
I was wearing boots there.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
I remember, and you had the Roman jacket on in front of Kevin Owens. What do you think he would say now?
Okay, so fun story. I am meeting Kevin Owens next week. I will be seeing him.
Dude, I'm so jealous of you, man.
I'm meeting so many people next week.
I all my favorite wrestlers. She met Bailey before me.
Yeah, I'm meeting Bailey again next week too.
How? How many? Okay, this is a whole new segment. Who are you meeting next weekend? Because I know like set 5 of them. So
off the top of my head, LA is number 1. I'm not going in order of the days. LA, Drew, Chelsea Green, Liv Morgan, Bailey, Kevin, Cody, Maxine, Ludwig. And I don't think I'm meeting the Usos. So I think 9 off the top of my head.
That was 10. 10 people?
They have so many people for the Rumble.
No, I saw. There's a lot.
I'm very excited.
Nobody's meeting the Motor City Machine Guns, but that's a different story. I was looking at them like, all right, who are they not meeting? It's them. I would meet Maxine. I mean, that's all those are cool.
The only reason I'm meeting Maxine, love her in ring work, like that's mother. It's for the Max Dupree gimmick.
I know. Did she comment on one of your things one time?
Yeah, her and Tiffany did.
Tiffany commented on you?
Yeah, Tiffany responded to me. Ivy, Niall commented on a TikTok, and I think Maxine did.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I was so pissed at you when you met Bailey before me, and I was like, "There's no way this is happening."
I was so intimidated.
Had the title. She didn't have the title.
She did.
She lost to Nia Jax.
Yeah, I kind of blacked out for that match. SummerSlam was such an emotionally draining event for me, with like LA winning and then like Roman returning after me watching him lose everything. So like that was so emotionally draining.
You've been at like every major event WWE has had in the past like year and a half, I would say.
Yeah.
Right?
About
you were at one of the War Games. You went to WrestleMania.
I was at the first ever War Game to hit the main roster. Yeah.
That was you. I remember you saw what match was it? It was Roman and RK Bro versus Roman and the Usos versus RK Bro and Drew, right?
Drew. Yeah, that was WrestleMania Backlash. That was, I think, the second time I've ever seen Roman up close like that, and I fully.
I was at a show like the week before. I got to see Randy before he got hurt, and I was like, "Thank God," because I thought he was gonna retire. I got scared.
Yeah.
And so okay, what am I gonna ask this? So how was I mean, I know we brushed about it, but like, how was WrestleMania last year, and how excited are you for this year's WrestleMania? Because you already have one under your belt. So like, what are you looking forward to? What are you like gonna adjust compared to last year, and how you go into it?
I don't know. It's in Vegas, so like that's a whole different atmosphere compared to Philly. Based on the prices, I could be selling my house to go, but hey, whatever, it's worth it.
Have you gotten tickets so far?
I have yet to get my tickets. Based on the prices that I've seen, I think we're gonna wait a little bit. But quoting my mother, we will be there. So
yeah, Phillies was expensive, and I was like, all right, yeah.
I think I literally saw 700 limited view seats, like all the way up in the sky.
And 700 per night.
I was like, yeah, that's per night. I was like, I think we're gonna wait.
And my mom, she was like, "You want to go to Vegas?" I'm like, "We can go next year." I'm like, yeah. We go to SummerSlam. I live here for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'll be at SummerSlam. So this year I'll be at the Rumble next week, and then I have Mania, and then SummerSlam are like the big ones I know of, like right now that I'll be at.
And chat, tell her do not go to Royal Rumble next year, please.
Where is it? That's Saudi, right?
Yes, do not go.
I don't even know how I would get there. Like, what connecting flights would? Anything's possible with me. I know
that's why I say you do some wild things. We need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Anytime someone's like, "Oh my God, are you going to be at like Dallas, Texas?" I'm like, honestly, never say never.
They ask you about every single show. Literally, people in your comments every time they're like, "Hey, are you going to be here?"
Honestly, I'm like, never say never. Like Washington, I was not supposed to go, and I ended up popping up like the next week. So
like you drive to all these shows, right?
Yeah.
Do you not get tired of that ever?
No. No.
Like you would never fly this. I mean, I assume you'd fly to Vegas.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fly to Vegas. But no, I loved driving to Cleveland. One of my favorite parts of driving to Cleveland was like watching the sunrise. To be honest, like that was really pretty.
Yeah, I went to Ohio. I went to Ohio like a month after you did for SummerSlam. I hated it. I mean, that's only because I got like deathly ill for like 3 weeks because of those allergies. I call it Cincinnati. I swear to God, never again. I can't say that because I just had my cousin who was born like 3 weeks ago, and I gotta go see him. But it's like, because going to all these shows, it's like, damn, you gotta worry about the weather, the allergies. You gotta worry about where you're going.
That's what we're worried about. Yeah, for next week for Indy, I know because we have to drive through Cleveland, and I think they're getting some snow. So we're like, that's why we didn't fly. That's one of the major reasons why was because we were worried that a flight was going to get delayed or canceled due to weather. So and we're like, no, like we have to be there.
You gotta be there like way ahead.
I have to be there for LA. I'm like, yes, like I have. So we're leaving Tuesday now, actually, to be sure that I'm there for LA Thursday. I'm like, I have to meet LA.
Oh God, yeah. Guys, if Briana did not meet LA Knight once, even if she's met him 100 times, she will go ape shit.
Yeah, it's a fact. Fanatics Fest, I was really nervous, but luckily we made it through.
So, I know you saw a WWE World announcements, right? Are you gonna?
I did.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna take more advantage of it this year? Because last year nobody knew what the fuck it was, and if I knew more about it, see, I remember they had this thing in the corner. I know you remember. It was next to the panel where you could meet like 3 wrestlers at a time. I thought it was
Yeah.
just one. Next thing I know, I'm meeting 3 people. I'm like, I can't be doing this all day.
Yeah, no, one thing I really want to try and take advantage of ahead of time, because last year I know it was like a little slim with time, is hopefully getting me on that panel stage with LA if they
Oh,
have
you have
room.
got to make that happen.
I feel like Fanatics, if this is clipped and you get tagged in it, I feel like that is the best marketing strategy ever, because like you have me going in the crowd to like
Literally
being on stage. I have questions for days for this man. This panel will be the most
you've made all these
interesting panel.
videos. Someone at Fanatics, this is gonna be on all the platforms. We'll make like a promo package for you.
Yeah.
And how you've been this big LA Knight fan, and then boom, here you are on the stage.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there's no better origin story than starting in the crowd and then going on stage. Like I feel like
not just in the crowd.
Perfect.
You hugged this man after you ran away.
I did run away. There is video proof of that.
I will never not laugh at that. How you like, because you could tell. I mean, I know you get nervous with this shit, and it was like I just saw your out of body. I'm like, oh Jesus, she is not there.
I was literally shaking so much. I think the guy behind me was telling me how much I was shaking. I was like, no, like I literally, like this man's my hero.
I vividly remember seeing that shorter lady next to you who was recording you. I don't know if it was someone.
Her name's Paula.
Yes, I remember you knew her name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was really sweet. I've run away from LA twice now. Madison Square Garden, I ran away.
Oh my God, did someone hand you a tissue?
Yeah. Oh my God. I think you're getting the inside scoop on me running. I don't think I've ever told it I've run away from him at Madison Square Garden before. Scoops. I did. I vividly remember the story. So funny. So Priority Pass, they had 3 people up there, which was Bailey, Kevin Owens, LA Knight. I obviously went for LA Knight. Loved Kevin Owens, loved Bailey, but like money was going to LA Knight. So I vividly remember after meeting Bailey, the line was still so long for Kevin Owens. And that's why I didn't get to meet him again, which is fine. I've met him before. So I'm thinking after meeting Bailey that this huge line is still for Kevin Owens. So I'm with my mom and my sister and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go peek around the corner, still see if Kevin Owens is there. If not, like we'll sit and we'll eat, like no big deal. I go to peek around the corner and who do I see? Well, first of all, I see a bicep, a yellow shirt, and a leather vest. Not Kevin Owens. I immediately freeze, burst into tears, and I turn around and I literally quote for quote go, "Mommy, that's LA Knight." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "LA Knight is right." I'm like, "Kevin Owens is gone. Kevin Owens has left the building." I'm like, "It is LA Knight." Like it's LA Knight.
Be there? I don't remember. I remember seeing KO and Bailey like advertised. I don't remember seeing LA.
LA got advertised, I think, the week before.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it was such a last minute trip. But literally, as soon as they added LA Knight, I texted my mom and I was like, "Hey, girl." I was like,
yeah,
can we, like,
didn't you spend like 2 G's to go to Madison Square Garden for a SmackDown?
Madison Square Garden was $2,000. Yeah. And then once you got in that suite, like you were locked in there. Like you couldn't go down to get merch or anything. Yeah. We didn't know that at the time.
I wouldn't have known that.
Because Priority Pass is like it was very organized, but it's also very strict because obviously like you have the superstars just roaming around.
Yeah.
So like once you're in there and once your name gets like checked off, like the security guy said, you can't go back downstairs because you have to take like 3 elevators to get to the suite.
Yeah, I've actually been to a suite once in Madison Square Garden. I assume it was a different one, but like actually this one wasn't private. I know there's a lot of private ones, but I've actually walked past them. I've never been in one. I was in a public one and it was like, wow, I didn't know this like anything about the suites, and it's sick because like MSG. I'm biased. I'm from New York. Madison Square Garden is the greatest arena in the world, and I just think that again, you met LA Knight again, and you had another Brie moment in New York. Again, you get a lot of those.
He did recognize me, which I think made me cry more, and that's why I sobbed so loud in his arms, and you can hear me if you watch the video. Yeah. I literally am like, "I didn't think you'd remember me," and he was like, "Of course I do." Because literally I was waiting in line, and obviously, okay, so I hate his sunglasses, fun fact, because I can't see when he's looking at me. I can only see my reflection in his sunglasses. So I didn't know that he kept looking at me. So every time he was like meeting someone, he would kind of like peek over a little bit. And at the time, I didn't know he was looking at me. And all of a sudden, I think I had like 3 people in front of me at the time. He literally stops mid-conversation with whoever he was talking to. And he's like, "I know that girl from WWE World." I literally was like, no, you don't. I started crying. I was like, no, you don't.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that part.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, I know her from WWE World. He's like, we met at like WrestleMania. And I fully start sobbing my eyes out. I'm like, I didn't think you'd remember me. He's like, of course I remember
if
you.
Bailey did that to me, dude, I would probably freak out.
I don't have words for it still. And
I know how you feel because
me.
when I met Bailey and Briana was there, like she was like legit right outside. My hand was nonstop shaking afterwards because I didn't like it was surreal to me. I didn't think it was actually going to happen, and actually because I was gonna for WrestleMania. I know this sounds crazy. I was gonna drive myself the whole day early to go see Bailey, but I'm like, damn, I don't got money for that. I probably shouldn't do that. And once it's a fanatic, the world came out. I'm like, okay, this is meant to be. I have to do this, right? Mm-hmm. And then it finally happened, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, because I met Cora, so I didn't get any nerves for that. Nothing. Like, I didn't feel anything. I was just like, wow, it was I was really cool, but like, wasn't nervous. Dude, for Bailey, I was like, and then Briana walked up to me because I took the picture in our group chat, and she didn't talk to me, dude. I don't know if I would have even gotten a sentence out. I didn't because I told my brother, go away. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's a stressful situation. Like, even with LA, I feel like it's like weirdly meant to be in a way because like he wasn't doing any photo ops in SummerSlam. And like this is ironically the first one he's doing that I'm going to. So I'm like, it's a little weird, but I'm grateful.
Yeah, I'm because you didn't go to Bad Blood. I remember you were gonna go. Like you've been to so many shows. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And ironically, he's had a meet and greet at like every single one of them.
Okay, this is perfect. This is obviously will be in the YouTube video, but we're gonna have some TikToks about this. People need to know, and you don't have to give the super specifics. But how do you somehow manage to go to all these different shows? Because like, I don't know, but that's a lot of moolah to go to all these different shows.
Regarding LA Night meet and greets, I tend to black out and just hit buy, which is what I did again for Royal Rumble, and I dropped a little more than I thought I did, but that's okay. As for other events, I mean, I'm just buying myself a ticket. Like it's not, I don't know other people's price ranges, but to me, like $400 for a barricade seat's not that bad. Like money will come back.
Oh, that's not bad. But like, here's the thing. It's not just one seat. You're going to like show here, like, because when you go, you're full in. You're going to like this weekend, the next week. I'm like,
yeah, like if they're in town, like if I go Friday and if I go to Connecticut Friday and I know they're gonna be in New York the next night, like why not just go? It's like 2 hours away.
See, I wish I was like that. I wish I really was full ballsy. I mean,
yeah.
When I went to WrestleMania, I spent way too much money, and I was like, my mom bailed me out on that one. Shout out to my mom. I spent $800 at that shop. That was including my brother.
Just at the shop?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I don't think I got anything from the shop because I already owned it.
Well, yeah. The thing is, I wanted to get a bunch of WrestleMania exclusives. I'm like, all right, shit. Who knows when next time I'll be here? The one thing I wanted was a jacket because like everyone has like some cool like flex piece. I never owned anything like that. I wear the same 5th grade shirt and shorts since like 10 years ago. So it's like, all right, I need something. I got the jacket. I wore it that one night. Haven't worn it since, but it's the like coolest thing in my closet. And it's like, all right, I'm never going to trade that. And the WrestleMania button down shirt, which of course it's on the shop now. And it's like, all right, shit. I didn't have to drop money on that. But dude, I love that. I wore it to my sister's graduation. And I was like, yeah, come on. I'm going to flex you my WWE merch. Yeah. Okay, so how many shirts do you own? Because I own like, I'd like to say above 100.
Of LA Knight or like altogether?
Period. Well, we know you own every LA Knight shirt.
I own, fun fact, I do own every LA Knight shirt. It's true.
You have the vest?
Do I have the what?
The vest that they came from the shop.
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, inside scoop. Hey, nobody said nothing.
No. As for shirts in total, I have a drawer and a tote full, so I would say roughly, I've given some away too. I would say maybe like 50 shirts.
That's pretty good.
I have a lot of shirts. I'm not that bad with merch. Like it really has to be my favorite superstar for me to buy merch.
Oh, I'm terrible. You want, hold on, what paper is it? Yeah, I have to go to the post office because I moved. I forgot to change my address for my Kevin Owens shirt. And I gotta pay another $8.
Oh my god!
On top of the $10 I had to pay for another shirt and another $10 for AEW.
Damn.
Which, damn, they be taking all my fucking money. I mean, I gotta pay the shipping. The damn shirt's $34 now, and it's like, bro, how much money do I gotta spend to get a damn shirt?
a lot of money, and you get no fan cash back. I think I remember spending $100 on LA Night merch, and I got like 50 cents.
You know what's
cash.
funny?
Like,
I got fan cash back, and I can use it in sports betting. I got a bonus, and I wasted it because I didn't know what I was doing, and I like did the worst thing, so I lost $100 there. And recently, I've been sports betting, and this is just a quick segment. I've lost every time by like one or two, and it's I make a whole bunch of different picks. I usually lose by one, so I was down bad. Didn't use my own money yet, but I've used anyone who Venmos me. It goes straight to the bets. I'm 0-30. I used the Fanatics fan cash. I'm like, oh shit, I got money. Yeah, I lost.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So I mean, do you see yourself in the green shirt guy, Laura? Because I would say you're like up in that category with him. I don't like him that much, but Brock Lesnar guy. I know there used to be John Cena guy, the white jacket with all the stickers and like pins and stuff.
Oh, really? I've never heard of them.
You never heard of Brock Lesnar guy?
No, John Cena guy I've never heard of.
I don't know if that's what he's known by,
guy.
but I remember seeing him like 10 years ago.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar guy tried stealing my shtick.
Yo, he did. I remember that. And okay, this is a fun story about that guy. When we were leaving WrestleMania, I saw his ass on the train, and someone yelled out to him, "Yo, Brock Lesnar guy." I've never seen a man so agitated to hear like himself called out. He gave the most like douche face. I'm like, bro, like someone just said what's up to you, and you're like,
oh.
It was late, but I thought
I've never run into him. I saw him at SummerSlam, and I thought about like jokingly confronting him about it, being like, "Oh, like LA Night guy, huh?" But I haven't heard good interactions about him, so I was like, maybe he won't take it as a joke.
I don't think he would, and I think he's like, I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely in the 40s. I'd like to say, so don't know how well that would go off. Okay,
yeah, so I just didn't do it. I was like, I'm just gonna.
I got a great one for you. What's been your best in-person reaction with a fan and your worst?
Oh my god, there are quite a few. I think my best, and she's so sweet. I had met a girl that before going into SmackDown in Cleveland, and she was like so cute. I remember she had like oh my gosh, she had a bracelet for me. It was the first ever bracelet I ever got from someone, and she was so sweet. And she kind of just like called. I think she called. She was like, Bree. And I turned around, and she was so sweet, and I had like hugged her and everything. I think that one's the most memorable because I think it was my first one, and so in my first ever bracelet. So that one probably is one that I hold very near and dear to my heart. I don't have a worst, I would say.
That's good. I hear a lot of people.
Everyone's very, very kind and respectful when they come up to me.
Yeah, because a lot of people like to talk on the internet, but once they see you in person, I don't know, 4'11" the Fury, they don't want it. They don't want any of it.
I don't think I've ever had a, knock on wood, I've never had a bad reaction where someone's ever like yelled at me or was like, I hate you. Like you're horrible.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, they've all been so sweet and super respectful. And their gifts are so cute. I have them somewhere.
You gotta have to, I feel like one day sooner than later, you're gonna have to start making a P.O. box for people to just start sending you stuff because, listen, the fan base is growing. You got followers everywhere. So I think people are really gonna start wanting to, support the cause and just go full out.
Yeah, I have a bunch of bracelets. They're on my foam finger, my LA Night foam finger. Mm-hmm. That's where I have the bracelets from everyone. And then I have like cute little notes. And then like this girl made me a really cute, like she colored a picture for me that I love and it's near and dear to my heart that I have to frame. So I have that somewhere. They're all protected.
That's good. I think it's really important to take care of your fans. So because I know a lot of celebrities, this one I know is gonna. It might upset you, not upset you, but you'll know about Britt Baker. People have been talking shit about her lately, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, every time I see Britt, I always think she's like, in a good mood, doing pretty solid. I know she hates Thunder Rosa, but
it's weird how people talk about them like they know them. Like I think that's weird,
right? Like people think they know all about this just because Sean Ross says something. I don't believe it, like all the time.
Yeah, I don't, and like I'm not to be a hypocrite, but like me on Twitter, like when I was like 17, like probably would have like ate this stuff up. But like me now being like almost 22 years old, I'm like, you don't know them. Like you don't, whatever someone reports is not true. And I don't know if it because it's been done to me before. Like people will say like the most insane thing, like the whole meet and greet thing where someone started a rumor I had a meet and greet. Not true. So I don't know if it's because like stuff like that, but I just don't jump to believe it.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I hate Dave Meltzer. I don't know why the world listens to that man. That man doesn't ever give you anything credible. He just says things to say them, and like, if I'm a wrestler, I would hate if someone talks about me like that. Because, like, bro, you're talking about my livelihood here. Like, this guy's
Yeah.
not happy. He might get fired. Like, how am I supposed to feel about that?
Yeah, no, I don't. Unless it comes straight from the source, I don't believe it.
See, I love when MJF calls him out for this shit. That's the best.
Yeah, that was my whole thing. I'm like, MJF, he proved a very good point. He's like, why would I, like a grown man, go into another woman's face and like scream at her over something that does not involve me? And I was like, critical thinking. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, why? Like, I don't like sharing stuff. Like, even when Ellie and I got into his car accident, I don't think it really happened. I think it was kayfabe still. People were like tagging me and like reposting like me in it or whatnot. I'm like, I think it was kayfabe. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't either. And you know what? Speaking of fake news, I need to let you go on a rant right here. I might mess this up, but was it Ringside News who caused a whole bunch of hate for you on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give the floor is yours. How much do you dislike these people? Because I know it's high.
Listen, I don't hate anyone. I don't dislike anyone. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I fully believe the universe will handle it for me that I've seen done in the past. Obviously, I wish I had got some sort of compensation based on the backlash I got from that. Do I regret tweeting what I tweeted? No, because it's true. It happened. I was getting a bunch of dirty looks for saying Roman Reigns. I guess at the time, the companies, 2022 or 2023 this happened?
It was 23.
23. I guess at the time, the fans weren't respecting each other, I guess, even though we're all grown. Like even in line, like before the event started, like I was getting dirty looks. But yeah, I don't hold a grudge towards them. I mean, I don't think that was newsworthy. I don't know how they saw it. One thing about me is I tend to forget how many people I'm posting to, so I guess that part was on me. I tend to think I'm only posting for like 5 people to see, when in reality, I think at the time I had like 7,000 followers. So I guess that part's on me, but as for them, I don't think that was newsworthy. But
I don't think she. I mean, I thought it was kind of crazy. I thought it was very clickbait. Like, all right, they're setting you up here, and
I remember it coming out, and at first I was joking about it, but then I saw how it like genuinely upset people, and that's like the last thing I'd ever want to do is like upset someone based on like what I say.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what like made me a little upset. I'm like, okay, like this wasn't newsworthy, like this didn't have to happen. And then like you get people that like don't like me that are like jumping in and they're like, yeah, like we hate her, so like she's so dramatic. And I'm like, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, the hate on you is forced. I really don't understand. Like, I mean, I think people who followed you for a while know someone about the cake joke, and everyone took that way out of proportion. I still laugh about it. I think it was funny that people really believed it.
I still think it's funny because it's not true. I think word for word, what was said was, I baked a cake for Roman Reigns' birthday and I FedExed him a piece, is what people believe. I saw another one that said I made a cake and then I lit it myself and sang happy birthday to myself. Which is not true. But like stuff like that's funny. Like I don't know. Like that's just stupid.
Like the meet and greet, because I remember you took a picture and someone legit leaked. They're like, "Oh my god, she's doing a meet and greet, bro."
That one genuinely upset me because at the time, I guess not a lot of people knew this because obviously I like to separate my personal life from like what I post about like wrestling content. But that car ride home, what a lot of people didn't know is that my grandfather had passed away. Mm-hmm. So I had to deal with that hours away. I think I was like 12 hours away from home and I had like missed saying goodbye. So I had to deal with that on top of people sharing my content and creating like the most insane rumors about me. And obviously, you know, when one person sees it, they're like, oh my God, who's this girl? And then like everyone just freaks out about it. But that was not true. I've said that before. I'll say it again. It was not true. Fanatics let us, after Braun Breaker's meet and greet, take pictures in front of the display. Mm-hmm. I was the one that asked. I was like, listen, before you guys take this display down, I was like, can we just like get a few pictures like in front of it? And they're on my Instagram. And the Fanatics people were like, yeah, sure, like take whatever you want. Literally, one guy and his friend followed me and were like, hey, can we just get a quick picture? That's literally all that happened. And someone from Twitter, I guess, follows me, even though they don't like me, took it and like posted it and ran with it.
Yeah,
And
a
that
lot of your
happens.
haters, they be talking all that, and then they follow you. And I'm like, you can't be hating if you're supporting her. Like, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
I
I
think you
don't know.
take the free advertisement from all these people talking about you. The more people talk about you, the more followers you get.
That's my thing now. I'm like, okay, thanks for like blowing up my engagement. Like the other day, I had someone like commenting like on every one of my TikTok videos, like you'll never make it in WWE. Like LA Knight
Taylor
hates
Swift
you. Like
fan, right? I mean, you posted about it, right?
I posted about it, yeah, because I thought it was really funny.
That I think that's hilarious because when people just like to talk, like you're not
Yeah,
someone who's scared of it. You'll talk back, and like I don't think people are ready to see, like, if someone really wants to like debate you on something, I don't think they're ready to see that side of you. Like, you're gonna go crazy and get them on something.
yeah. I typically don't entertain it, but that one situation was really funny. I was like, one, please spell LA Knight correctly. Like it's not N-I-G-H-T. It's K-N-I-G-H-T. I'm like, please. I think I literally commented, I was like, Knight, and then like the little star.
Yes, yes.
Like I don't care for that. But if it's like something that's like rude and like intentionally like you're trying to get me like to be hated on, like I think that's different. Like the whole meet and greet thing, like you are intentionally trying to like be like this is like
Mhm.
you started your own rumor basically because no one said anything about a meet and greet until you ran with that.
Yeah, I think some people are just crazy and like to lead stuff on. All right, so it's Royal Rumble season now.
Mhm.
You're the only that go. You'll be there.
I
Who
will.
is your pick to win the men's and the women's Royal Rumble match?
Men's LA. I'll be the only one promoting it because no one else is. LA Knight isn't the Royal
Hey,
Rumble.
I told you 6 months ago. You need to remember this. I said LA Knight's got a chance, and you know that because
I think he's gonna win.
I think he's in the top 4 to win this.
He's gonna win. Top one. LA and Becky.
Today I was thinking about him. Think about this: Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, LA Knight.
That'd be fire. But
I
the
think
thing
Kevin
is,
Owens
though,
and LA Knight's a perfect match, and Sami KO's building.
the thing is, though, they already announced so many heavy hitters in this match that I kind of wish they left a surprise. Like Roman being number one, like the roof would have lit off the building.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
no,
literally.
the women's, they're not announcing anyone, which we know everyone's returning, which is cool.
Mhm.
But it's like, dude, like the men's, like this is gonna be the most stacked Royal Rumble ever.
Yeah.
Like Ludwig Kaiser is gonna be the bum of the match. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And we're coming from an era where we had Michael McGillicuddy and Heath Slater's as the worst.
Curtis Axel, longest guy ever to be in a Royal Rumble,
Yes.
Axelmania.
He's still in it.
He's still no, didn't he get eliminated? Or is he still in it?
Technically not.
All right, we'll say he's still in it.
Well, it was Hulk Hogan. We don't talk about Hulk Hogan here.
No, CM Punk does not either, apparently.
Dude, that was so funny.
I missed that. I think
Did you hear? Hogan won't be there.
Oh no, I didn't hear.
He's not going to be there for a family commitment.
Oh, okay.
He's full of shit. He don't want to be there because they booed his ass last time.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was amazing. How do you feel about Raw on Netflix? You think it's good? You think like it's really good for the company, or?
I think it's the same thing, to be honest. Like the first episode, it obviously they had that aura there, but then like people tuning in the next week, it was like back to Judgment Day. It was back to Mommy's Always on Top. It was back to CM Punk hating Seth.
Yeah,
like it was back to the same thing.
I think the show flows better, but we definitely need better ideas. Like The Rock, he's got to come back.
Okay, the final boss though, that's my favorite. Not just because like whoever Dwayne came back. This is what I'm trying to explain to people because people are like, why is The Rock being friends with Cody? Like that's Dwayne.
Yes,
that's the boss. Did you
catch where on the Titantron it just said The Rock? There was no final boss. Well, NXT it said the final boss the next night.
And then he literally said, I don't know the exact quote, but he mentioned everyone crying about it, and he's like, just keep watching.
Yeah, enjoy the ride he's taking you on. Like,
yeah. Trust I hope the theory that he's number one in the Rumble's true because I think that's the funniest thing. If he's like 31, yeah, the atmosphere of Saturday Night's Main Event, it's more like a glorified house show.
Dude, I was so disappointed. I was so mad.
It didn't live up to the hype. It's very much a glorified house show. I would say.
Dude,
like,
I think a house show is better. Yeah,
I mean, It was a great show. At one point, I didn't even know they went off the air when they were doing the Kevin and Cody thing. I thought we were still on air.
Oh
And then
my
I
God.
posted it, and everyone's like, oh my God, do you have more videos? Like, they didn't show this. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll post whatever. I was like, I didn't know that.
I was so I legit. I don't know if you saw these, but I got so excited. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and his parents, the kids behind me, they're like, "Let's go, Cody! Kevin sucks." I'm like, "Screw Cody Rhodes." I completely blocked. It was great because I was pissed. I wanted Kevin Owens. He's my favorite male wrestler besides like John Cena. So like, I wanted to see him win the title. And he better win next week. I swear to God. Do not let Cody and his crybabies keep going with this. Let Kevin win.
I think Kevin's right, but what do I know?
Oh, and Kevin is right. Would you like Cody Rhodes? He's wrong. I don't care if he teamed with Roman Reigns. He's still wrong.
True.
Who do you think Roman's faced at Mania?
The Rock.
I think if it's not The Rock, it's gonna be Drew. But if okay, so
again?
Yes. Let me spray some wisdom here. So you know how Drew's whole story's been like, he's going after everyone who's teamed with Roman Reigns. He attacked Cody, he attacked Jay, he attacked Sammy. Roman's coming up. Drew's whole career went to shit once Roman Reigns beat him again. And now he's been on the comeback tour, but like Drew has never been the same. And I think he doesn't turn this corner until he beats Roman Reigns. Because if he's not facing The Rock, I know it's just crazy. Drew McIntyre needs to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Listen. I know Roman could take a loss, and Drew McIntyre would be the man.
Oh, it'd be a heater, but I need Roman to win. I'm very biased.
We know you're biased. Trust. This is also formerly known as the Roman Girl. You the famous app, which we don't need to talk about that.
No, I hate it. I was a baby.
Yeah, you've gone through a lot of eras in this short time of you being in the mainstream of like wrestling fans.
Yeah, some traumatizing, some made me where I am today.
I think it's a good thing. I think a lot of people are proud of who you are. You become very inspirational. You got a lot of fans. You're growing every single day. So I think you got the content you're making is crazy. I know you got a lot more things coming up in the future with Mania, Rumble. I hope Fanatics gets with you for the LA Knight things. I think that's something that's really special.
I hope so. It's right in front of them. Like, come on, I'll pay for everything. Just get me on the stage.
See, that's where you go wrong. They gotta pay for it, but you're where the money comes in. You're gonna make them the money.
Come on, Fanatic. I know a lot of people like anytime I like tease anything, they're like, "Oh my God, it's the interview." I'm like, no.
Yeah, they are. The day it happens, you will immediately like triple your followers.
Well, they had sworn me to secrecy at first because it was in the works. Like we were talking about everything, but then they're like, because it's so close, his schedule, they're like, we can't fit you into like his schedule. Like that's how close it got.
Uh-huh.
Like we were talking about it, and then they were like, okay, let me just like reach out to like X, Y, and Z and like see if it'll work. And they had gotten back to me, and they're like, because it's so close in time, they're like, we don't think we'll be able to fit you into his schedule, which they obviously could not. They were very jam packed. But that's how close we got to it. I think
say
this
that now. Year for you. I think you're gonna get your moment.
Yeah, before I couldn't say that. Now I can. I didn't want to like say anything and like jinx it. But yeah, we got very close, everyone.
That would have been all timer, but I think this is the year. I think WrestleMania WWE World in Vegas will happen.
I'll be there. It's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, because LA Knight's not crazy. Like the Usos, I'm not gonna lie to you, they're probably gonna be with the strippers. That's just who the Usos are. I mean, Jimmy at least. He be doing this crazy shit. I mean, him and Naomi, they were doing it on Daniel Bryan's bus, so.
Oh God, not Total Divas.
You don't remember Total Divas?
I remember Total Divas.
I can't believe some of the stuff they pulled out on that. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was one thing I really wanted to ask you. What do you do with like your real life best friends? Because we know you have all these friends on the internet, everyone you've met online, but like, what do you do, and like, how much do you appreciate your at home friends, like people who you know near and dear, before wrestling comes up, of course?
Oh my God, I love them. They're like my sisters. I try to keep that private because people are weird. They explore places they shouldn't. That's why I never really post them or anything. Like I'll post like conversations sometimes, like little funny like text things. Yeah, I love them. They're like my sisters. I do everything with them.
That's cool. That's really good because I think everyone needs their own support system because the internet,
Yeah.
you could have so many friends, but if anything happens, if someone wants to make a rumor about you, poof, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah, a lot. You've been there a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you're on the other side of that. Now, I think you're past the cancel area. I don't think you're gonna get canceled anytime soon.
Yeah, I hopefully not. I just don't. I don't entertain it.
Yeah, and you've learned. You don't say the wild stuff anymore.
Yeah, like I said, baby me.
Yeah, and you've learned. You don't say the wild stuff anymore.
Yeah, like I said, baby me.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't count. It never happened.
Oh no, it definitely happened. I definitely learned from it. But baby me.
Yeah. Hey, everyone's made a mistake when they were younger. I mean, hey, I've cursed quite a few people out on the internet over wrestling. Shouldn't have done it, but hey, we are where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to talk about here? I mean, the platform is yours. Whatever you want to talk about.
No, I think I said a lot of good stuff. You got a lot of inside scoops I've never said before. A lot of first stories.
A lot. I think hey, if the people enjoy it, we'll get you back on anytime. You're always welcome.
you got the fanatic scoop of a potential interview. I will say though, there are a few collabs coming up for Royal Rumble that are not finalized, but I have been in talks with some of your favorite creators. So I can tease that. I think
there's one I can assume I know, and I don't need to say it.
3 potential ones right now. One of them's huge. One of them I've teased before or posted about before, I should say, and everyone freaked out, and they were like, "These are my favorite people ever." In one picture, so.
You definitely gotta get the BDE collab someday.
Mm.
And okay, this is gonna be the last question because this is something that I think other creators, if someone sees it on TikTok, who are 3 to 5 creators you want to work with that you don't necessarily think are in the works or super realistic at the moment?
Ones that aren't in the works?
Yeah.
Well, Santi, obviously.
Yes, that needs to happen.
So, fun story. I actually saw Santi at the SummerSlam meet and greets. I think it was like around the time Jey Uso was having his. And he was really sweet. He's very, very respectful, meets everyone, takes pictures. I thought he was a really cool guy. So Santi, Wheezy's up there. She seems really, really sweet.
She's one of my favorites. She's dope.
Wheezy, I would love to see like women collaborating more. I don't think I'm on their level yet. That might take a few more months to get to.
Hey, you're getting there. Listen, WrestleMania, I think if you really put this
Brie-Mania season.
Brie-Mania 2, right? Well, yeah.
I don't know, probably those 2 come to mind first. Obviously the Vibe guys, but like.
Yeah. That's not too out of the realm though. They know who you are, so.
That's all I can say.
BDE is very up to date. He knows his shit. I mean, I saw him. He wrestled Top Dollar. That was awesome.
He did. Yeah. Those are probably my top 3. One of them's probably a potential.
Hey! Listen, the people will find out eventually if anything happens.
Yeah, you'll see Rumble weekend. Yeah, hopefully, if we can get it together, everyone like us content creators right now, and I'm not trying to like categorize myself with them because like they're huge.
Hey! You are a big content creator. Put some respect on your name. You are up there.
Us content creators are trying to like scramble to like get our schedules intact so that we can like fit each other in there. So that's been like really funny and also very stressful, but hopefully it happens.
So are you gonna vlog your weekend? I'm not trying to like overstay your time, but that's pretty cool.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna manage YouTube and then like TikTok vlogging at the same time, because originally when TikTok was getting banned, I was just gonna fully move to YouTube and like start there. So now I kind of have to figure out how to make like 2 vlogs. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
Make 2. You can still just record the one and then edit for both.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah. So that's all we got for the podcast, at least. I think we have a lot of great scoops today. Thank you, Briana, so much for coming onto the channel. You're more than welcome to come any other time, and we'll always.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you're new, leave a like down below, comment, subscribe. I put all Bree's pages down below, and we'll see you next time.